What's up, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of Topdrives, ladies and gentlemen. A very interesting topic today. We will speak about MRA. You know it when you did a beautiful fight on, I don't know, let's say we have it here. No, almost on here on. There we go. Whatever. When you did a beautiful fight on, for example, quarter mile, half mile, 1 mile, or a test bowl, or 0 to 150, usually that's where it makes sense. MRA, the mid-range acceleration, is definitely putting it down there. And mid-range acceleration, what does it mean actually? What does it mean? And how can you determine if a car has good mid-range and if another car doesn't have good mid-range? So let's actually look into, what should we look, Ultra or should we look Epic? Where I can actually show you 3 different very strong mid-range acceleration cars. So in Ultra Rare, for example, it's not so difficult in Ultra Rare at least. The TVR Tuscan convertible is one of the top performers regarding mid-range acceleration. There's only a few ones which are stronger. So, however, let's look at the TVR Tuscan convertible. So, by the numbers, 3.3 seconds 0 to 60. The 0 to 60 time is not the important time regarding mid-range acceleration. Obviously, if it has 20 seconds and you want to beat someone else who has 10 seconds, that's a crazy example. But something like this, then, yeah, well, then you can kind of figure it out. But we speak about if this one has 3.3 and you have, and the other one has 3.7, he might still be able to beat you if he actually has a stronger mid-range acceleration. That's kind of like an example. 4 seconds against 5 seconds and stuff like this. But 0 to 60 is not the ultimate indicator where we're going to be like, okay, this one is going to beat the car for sure. No. Top speed. What about top speed? No, I will show you one example where you might be surprised, but if you know Topdrives, you definitely are not surprised about this one. We'll show you an example where top speed is definitely as well not an indicator. So what else? If not 0 to 60, if not top speed, how can you figure out mid-range? How can you know if a car is good in mid-range? There is one little thing I can tell you. How can you figure out patience? Experience and patience. So when you, for example, are in a race, especially a race like this one here, when you are in a race and you're racing against someone, then watch the race. Remember your opponent. You know, you have the beautiful feature that when you lose against someone, that you can turn the thing around. You can actually see, okay, what's the engine, what's the weight, what's the chassis, what's the weight here, what's the peak power, what's the peak torque. Yeah, just like remember the upgrade, remember the car. So sometimes it's good, fun fact, sometimes it's really good to actually play Topdrives and having a little notebook next to you just to like figure out, okay, this car is actually pretty good. If I ever get this one, then why not? And I'm telling you, this is not a joke regarding your notebook, because we got almost 2,000 cars in Topdrives. So no human being can remember all of them. So you want to make sure that you don't miss out on some goodies. So besides like experience and figuring out cars by like racing against them, what about, is there any other indicator? Obviously there is. And let's go back to Ultra here. So I already showed it to you a little bit. Mid-range acceleration is a mix of, it's definitely a mix of weight. Weight is important. If you have a car which has low weight, it might be very strong. It might be very strong. And peak power and peak torque. However, there are cars out there. I'm telling you guys, there are cars out there. Again, experience is a factor which is very heavy in this calculation. There are cars out there which have an insane amount of peak power and peak torque. And you're going to be like, oh, they're going to kill it. They're going to kill it. And then they are disappointing. So, again, it's a little bit magic now and then. But there is a little secret thing here. There is a secret platform where you can go, and it is called Topdrives.club. It is a website actually by one Top Drives fan. I don't know who did it, but I think someone of them actually was watching my videos and actually commented way back. I mean, this website is very old. Since Top Drives is there almost. And on this website, you actually have an MRA indicator. So they're trying to kind of find a formula a little bit. And it kind of gives you an idea, even though if you don't understand the number, if it says 90 or 100 or 85, you see within the category, within Epic, within Ultra Rare, within Rare, and so you see if a car has potential. And that is already a very, very useful feature. And I'm telling you, Topdrives.club, I will leave it down below in the description so you can check it out yourselves. And just to show you a couple of mid-range monsters. So for example here, which one is a mid-range monster? For example, the Audi S8 Plus, not anymore. It used to be very strong, however, since it actually goes below 3 seconds, 0 to 60, 2.8 seconds, it's getting beaten. It's getting beaten by this one actually. The Audi R6 Avant is now stronger than the Audi S8 Plus. Really is like you felt like they buffed it a little bit. But mid-range here, the Renault Sport Megane Trophy is an amazing mid-range monster. And even though the peak power and the peak torque doesn't look so amazing, right? But the weight, 816 weight, is pretty impressive. But then again, let's have a look now actually. We have a little race with my beautiful Renault Sport Megane, and we have a perfect example on 1 mile against the Bugatti. The Bugatti has a way higher top speed than the Renault has, and so actually let's check it out now. Okay, the Bugatti has 1561 kilogram, while the Renault is just very lighter, much lighter with 860. But let's see how it's now figuring out. You see midway, and there it's killing it. 171. That's almost 2 seconds faster than the freaking Bugatti, even though the freaking Bugatti has 30 points more on top speed. So to sum it up, as you can see with the Renault Sport Megane Trophy, weight is very important. However, it's not always the perfect indicator if a car is amazing. For example, among those twisty cars here, the KTM Superlight with 455, then we have the KTM with 755, and we have a KTM CSR with 513. However, the KTM Crossbow is actually one of the strongest ones of those and has a lot of mid-range, considering the whole amount of twistiness we have in this one. And then we have another mid-range monster. I have it as well, one of the strongest ones in the game. It is, I even got 2 of those babies, and they are kind of like a wolf covered up as a sheep, because the R390 GT1 road car is not looking that amazingly impressive. 220 top speed, but the 0 to 60 time is really like, You're going to be like, I remember when I got this car the first time, I was like, and then I got it the second time. I barely used the first one. I was like, oh my, why I get this stupid legendary all the time? Good, I did not sell it. Good, I did not sell it because it has an amazing mid-range. Again, it was more, I was looking on it, I did not figure it out, but then later I realized, man, this car is amazing. 86 out of 805 races are won, 86%. And yeah, so those are just my facts about mid-range. Check out the website, remember cars which you race again, and then now and then you will definitely be lucky enough getting your own mid-range monsters. So ladies and gentlemen, if you have a couple mid-range monsters, a couple sleepers like we call them, then let us know down below in the comment section. What is your favorite mid-range monster which you actually have and which might not be listed anywhere yet? So let us know your secret. My 3 favorite I just showed you, it is the TVR. Then we got the Renault Sport, and last but not least, my 2 legendary GT1 road cars. So I wish you a pleasant day. That was a Casual Mobile Gamer, and I'm out.